Hello everyone. I hope you are doing amazing today. Welcome to today's video. My boyfriend is mad about me pleasuring myself without him. Is this controlling? I'm using a throwaway account because this is embarrassing. We've been together for over a year and live together. When I woke up this morning, I decided to use my toy on the bed, which I had used since last night with my boyfriend. My boyfriend was still sleeping. Maybe 2 minutes in, he woke up, saw me, and went back to sleep apparently, rolled over and was quietly angry at me and on his phone as I did it. I finished and continued going about my morning. I tried hugging him, but he pushed me away. He's mad that I started pleasuring myself without him. He tried giving me the silent treatment. I said he could have joined in at any time if he wanted, but he's upset that I started without him and says it's just as bad as watching pee, which he considers cheating. I don't think it's a big deal. I should be able to do whatever I want with my body. He feels like it's betrayal because I'm getting pleasure from something that isn't him. He is okay if I use it after we have sex sometimes, though sometimes he gets offended at that too. He says I should have just woken him up. I don't prefer the toy over him and I initiate us often. I'm not sure why he feels like the toy is his competition. I prefer him over the toy. Edit some more details about our relationship. We have us almost every day and I rarely, if ever, reject him. Usually, I'm the one initiating. We have a free-use relationship and we are allowed to initiate us whenever, wherever. This includes while the other is sleeping and we often wake each other up with us. He doesn't want me pleasuring myself at all. He would be equally hurt if he found out that I had pleasured myself in the shower without him. He doesn't even like for me to shower without him at all. He prefers for us to take all of our showers together, partly because he fears that I may use the shower head to pleasure myself while I'm in there. He's offended whenever I try to take a regular shower without him or explicitly offering to shower together. I typically can't use any of the toys either. In the past, he was distraught with me when he found out that I used a toy on myself while he was at work, and he was agitated that I didn't even tell him that I had done it. He only found out because he had memorized where all the toys were stored and their exact positioning, and one was slightly out of place when he went to check on them. I confessed when he confronted me about it. He also locks the toys away in a safe with a code, so I can only access them if he gets them for me. The only reason I had access to the toy was because it was already on the bed since the night before when he allowed me to use it. If the roles were reversed, I would not be upset. I would think it was hot to find him pleasuring himself and would offer to help. Edit 2. I'm at work now, but he sent me some texts. He saw the post and felt like I was lying about him, so I wanted to clarify some things. He doesn't lock up the toys all the time, only occasionally. Usually they are technically accessible to me, and when I ask him to get a toy for me, he does. He also says that he doesn't care if I shower on my own and only pretends to be hurt by it as a joke, and that he's only actually been mad about it maybe once. He says he doesn't consider pee cheating and only says that because initially when we first started dating I said that I prefer my partner didn't watch pee. I've since then tried to take it back and say I don't actually mind, but he says that this is an excuse to try to get away with it and he's just holding me to what I said. He says anyone calling him out for thinking watching pee is cheating all have moot points because it's my fault that it's a boundary in our relationship. If I didn't say that a year ago, then he wouldn't be saying that now. He says that most people agreed with him that I should have just woken him up instead of pleasuring myself, and the only people who agreed with me just didn't understand the situation, and regardless there's never going to be a solid consensus on this since people are always going to have different opinions. As of now, I've already apologized and said he's right and I won't do it again. Edit 3. We talked a bit. If he's controlling, it's my fault that he's like this. If I was trustworthy, he wouldn't have to be like that. I also just misunderstand him a lot and think he's angry with me when he's just messing around, and I just think he means it, but it was actually just a joke. I'm probably exaggerating a lot too in this post. I don't think it's as bad as some people are taking it. Some people are saying stuff as extreme as he's probably going to outlive me. He's never hurt me on purpose in a non-kink related way. He wouldn't actually do anything like that. I don't really like how he acts towards me sometimes, but it's my fault if he's like that, and if anything he actually thinks I'm the abusive one. I'm always doing things that disrespects our relationship. For example, when I met him I was still close friends with my ex, things we were together for a long time but he was asexual and I'm not, so it just didn't work. My boyfriend had me blocked, but I still went behind his back twice to try to talk to my ex and catch up on life. I've done worse than that in general, but that's just an example of the objectively terrible things I've done to hurt him and the relationship. If I didn't do things like that to break trust in the relationship, then he wouldn't be controlling. Some people say I could do better and to break up with him, but really I should be the one grateful that he hasn't left me for someone better. Without him, I would probably be homeless right now because I can't afford to live on my own. He's all I have. I'm an orphan with no family and no close friends. He does a lot for me and I'm grateful for him. Oh boy. That's what I call a real mess. Let's take a look at what other users commented. Someone said, I think the main issue is that it was right next to him. I don't know about most people, but I would be quite distraught if my boyfriend was masturbating in the bed next to me. If you wanted time together, yes, you could have tried gently waking him, but if you had wanted time alone like that, it probably would have been better to go take a shower or something or go to the bathroom. I don't believe it's a bad thing to pleasure yourself without your partner sometimes, and yes, I do think it would be controlling of him to tell you to completely stop. Comparing it to cheating is quite ridiculous. But right next to him while he's sleeping, that feels almost disrespectful, Imo. Another user added, I think it's kind of weird and rude to be masturbating right next to your partner unless they're involved. I don't want to wake up to my partner rubbing one out. My partner is happy for me to use my vibrator and have a little solo fun, but I think he'd find it odd or maybe offensive if I was doing it right there while he was sleeping versus him being engaged. I guess it depends on the people. Some people are more open and comfortable with their private life, while others are more restrained. I hope you managed to work it all out, OP. Story 2. Just found out my partner is cheating on me and I'm a newly stay-at-home mom not even 4 months postpartum. How do I move forward? I just found out my partner is cheating on me and I'm not even 4 months postpartum. I saw him texting something I would deem inappropriate to a coworker a few weeks ago but ignored it and convinced myself I was tripping. Since then there's been this insane feeling in my stomach that something is going on. He leaves his phone unlocked a lot at night, but I've just refused to look. I convinced myself that I trust he wouldn't hurt me and that it was just my PPD getting the best of me. Tonight I finally looked. I was right. They're even telling each other I love you. She acknowledges me so many times and how she doesn't want to be the reason he feels guilty, but that she wants them to be together. He says he wants to be with her but doesn't want me to leave with his baby. I'm so numb right now. We've been together for 3 years. I quit my job to stay home with my baby as a stay-at-home mom. I thought it was a huge blessing at the time. I don't have enough in savings to support myself, let alone a child. I have to start my whole life over with a baby. I confronted him about it and he didn't lie, but he left and hasn't come back. I found out about 5 hours ago and I haven't slept yet. I'm sitting here typing this while breastfeeding my baby at 4 a.m. just completely lost. Holding my whole world in my arms while my life slips through my fingers. What the fuck am I going to do? I can't even manage to cry. Edit. To clear some things up, we are not married. The pregnancy was not planned, but it happened and he wanted to be a family. I also was not sure about being a stay-at-home mom, but he, along with many other people in my life, kept telling me how it was a great option and how blessed I am to have the option of staying home to take care of my child rather than send him to daycare and be away from him most of the waking day. I actually have always been indifferent about wanting children, but he is here and he's my life's biggest joy to date. I planned for a full natural birth with no hospitals involved, but the day before my due date I got preeclampsia and had to get an emergency C-section for the health of my baby and myself. With that came a lot of postpartum depression and anxiety, and when the time came for me to go back to work, I decided to take everyone's advice and stay home. My old job isn't available. I helped them fill the position already via personal recommendation. And I do have some savings, but pretty sure it's not enough to sustain myself and my baby for long enough to find a job in this insane job market. I only plan to stay home for the first 2 years and also plan to get married, but that's obviously not happening. I'm definitely not taking him back. They want to be together, and who am I to interfere with love? But starting over just seems like such an insane feat in my current circumstance. Unfortunately, I do not have family to stay with and thinking of possible friends with extra space, but we live in a big city with small apartments. Anyways, it's only been 12 hours, so I don't have my mind fully wrapped around it all. Still haven't slept. He hasn't come back, but apparently went to my mother's job? That's all I got. Someone replied, "Keep it simple for now. Everything is a little bit too much. Call someone that gives you support and good feelings. You need help right now. Your mom, sister, friend doesn't matter. But you shouldn't be alone. Don't protect him by staying silent. This is about your needs. Do you have separate or combined finances? Combined, better take out your half in the account. You wouldn't be first to be left financially destitute. Money is priority number one right now. Organizations, who owns the house you live or rents it? How long is the lease, and can you stay maybe with your parents if it isn't yours? You need to put him on child support ASAP. Ask your support to help with these things. If it's your house, you need to write an eviction note for him as a tenant. If you aren't married, check if you are in a common law marriage or not. This will be important for assets. Don't change the locks if he's still registered there. I know that's what many people would like to do, but that's against the law. Don't pack his stuff or anything. That's his work and not yours. You need to concentrate on your stuff. I wish you luck. I know everything is overwhelming right now, and please let your support handle these stuff for you as far as you can. Ask for help. You will be surprised how much you will get." Another user added, "All I can say is stay strong. My mother was a single mom and she gave me the best upbringing and love anyone could. There will be other men, good men, happy to be a father figure for your child. As long as you love your child, everything will work out somehow. Don't lose hope. If you have friends or family close, I think go stay with them while you figure out your next step. I truly hope Obi finds the strength to carry on out of this toxic relationship and manages to find someone who truly appreciates her and treat her kindly. What about you? What do you think would be the best advice you could give in such a situation? Let us know down in the comments. That would be all for today. I hope you enjoyed today's video. Please share, like, and subscribe for more stories like this. I hope you have a wonderful day, and always remember to be kind.